I always say yes to impossible things that happens to me, and I know I can do it because I believe in myself. I'm trying to analyze. You will go with number 4.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Surround yourself with positive people. Stay away from negativity.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. I believe in you, and this channel is designed to be a part of your daily success routine. So let's get your motivation to a 10 and get you believing in you. Grab a snack and chew on today's lessons from a man who went from growing up in Haifa, Israel, and performing as a 14-year-old at people's birthdays to now becoming a highly successful mentalist and performing on stages around the world. He's Lior Suchard, and here's my take on his top 10 rules for success. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Master your craft.
If I give you a dice and tell you, put it in your hand and shake it, and you don't know what the number is because nobody knows the number, and I don't know the number.
Yeah.
But if you look at the number, if you finish, and you look at the number, yes. Now you look at the number. Now you're starting to transmit. Now, I don't know if this is the transmit.
Turn it off. Let me turn it off.
Turn it off. but because I learned, you got it?
Yeah.
Because I learned how people, you think of 6, I think.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
So do it one more time, but do it under the table, so now it's completely, so really, this has nothing to do with luck. I don't know the number on the dice, but if you go like this, and you take a little pick, you got it? So now I know it's a 2.
Yes.
And one last time, just to make sure it's a, you know what, you can do it here on the table. So I'll turn my back, you choose a number, make a choice, and cover it. So it's going to be completely fair.
I just choose a number?
Yes, choose a number. Tell me when you have it. So I'm not going to look. You got it?
Yep.
So here's the thing. So now I'm trying to analyze you because you're skeptical. You probably stay on 2. And one last time just for fun.
Oh my gosh.
One last time just for fun. So you had 6, you had 5, you had 2, you had 2. And I think that after those, tell me when you're done. Interesting.
Shoot.
I'm looking at the wall of fame here. You got it?
Yep.
I think you will go with, this time you will go with number 1.
Oh my gosh.
So it's all about understanding how you think.
If I get the dice one more time
That's
on
right.
the table, you think?
Want to try? 1 second.
Or if I just guess the number?
Well, guess the number is just luck. We have the same chance to guess
gotcha.
the number. But you have to know the number, so I'm going to turn my back.
All right, got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Do you know the number?
Yeah.
You don't know the number.
I do know the number.
Really? I'm trying to analyze. You will go with number 4.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's crazy. Okay,
yeah.
you got it right every time.
It's like when I tell you, for example, don't think of a pink elephant. You immediately think about it. And all the viewers right now are thinking of a pink elephant. Right. So it's the same thing. When you watch the number 4, you can't think of 3. You can't think of 5. And I know it's like a poker tell. When you look at it, I know what's a 4. I know what's a 3. I know what's a 2. During the years,
You've practiced it enough.
Practice. It's all about, it's like playing a piano. You know, everybody can learn to play a piano, but not everybody will be Mozart. So I mastered the whole concept of understanding how people think.
Rule number 2, always say yes.
Something happened to me at the age 21. I've always been a performer. I'm a performer artist. I'm a stage performer. I'm not a lecturer. I don't know how to lecture. That's why I always start to think what I'm going to tell you exactly. When I was 21, I was performing. I was doing shows for a little bit of corporate events, conventions, 100 people, maybe 300 people, some in private houses, private events. Suddenly I got a phone call from someone. Hi, Lior. We're doing a convention in South Africa, 4,000 people, big stage, screens. I'm going like, 4,000 people. I just did a show for 60 people. How the hell am I going to do a show for 4,000 people? But I said, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, we'll do it, boom. And after we finished the conversation, I said to myself, are you crazy? What? Why did you say yes to this? You're not prepared. Why did you do it? And then it figured out to me, I'm a yes man. I always say yes. I say yes, then I face the challenges. No, really. And it's really sharpened the life as I know it right now. Because after I said no problem, and I thought to myself, what do I do? How will I do it? I was figuring out a way, how can I make this work? Okay, even today, I mean, I don't know how to lecture, but I figure out, let me think of a lecture and I'll show you some cool stuff and I will tell you a little bit of the story of how I see things. Edison said something very, very amazing that I really love. He said, when on the way to invent the light bulb, he said, I didn't have mistakes. I just had 10,000. I found out 10,000 ways how not to do it. Okay, this is something that I really, really believe in. So from that day on, I say yes to anything. Then I break my head how to do it. I see the challenge in front of me. I go, I do it. No problem.
Rule number 3, understand how people work.
I always say this, and let me try to explain it to you. I don't know what people are thinking. I know how they're thinking.
Okay, super.
So imagine there's like lots of buttons,
Okay.
and I know how to press the right buttons and the right algorithms to get information, to influence them. We'll do little tests. We'll do something very cool.
Okay.
So we just met, we don't know each other.
That's true.
I want you to think of something that there's no possible way on earth I could know. I always go for like a crazy, think of your first boyfriend. Something that is not a chance. There's about 20 people here in this room. Anybody here knows the name of?
No.
No one knows your first boyfriend. And
Nobody in the room, no.
Nobody knows, okay. And you did not tell me the name at all.
No.
And look at it, can you just tell me what was your age back then?
19.
You were 19, first dating and stuff, so it's kind of like 3 years ago, yes? Yes.
I like you, Leo.
I'm just going to look at you, and I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think it's 6 letters in the name. Just count.
Yes.
Yes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to write something for you, because I'm just going to. It's kind of interesting because you're looking at me and you're thinking to yourself, "There's no way he will get the name." Right? There's no way. You're trying to throw me off here. So can I use this?
Sure,
can I write
go for
something?
it, go for it.
I'm going to write something here.
It's a really fascinating interview, Leo.
It's the best. It's kind of interesting because it's kind of like an Indian, not Indian.
Yes, you may be right on that count.
I'm just going to go. I hope he's watching.
Well, lucky for him, he made it on national television, right?
Really?
Wait till Leo Sushard.
Okay,
if you do get the name.
I'm writing something. I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. Weird for me. Okay, I wrote a name, and I want to tell all the viewers. People are very skeptical, and I want to address the viewers right now. They always think that if this set up and I paid you or something. You did not. Please look at the camera. Tell them you did not tell me any information.
I do not want my first boyfriend's name to be on national television. This is not information I would give him. Trust me.
You promise?
Yeah.
So I wrote something here. What was the name of your first boyfriend?
Khalil.
Khalil. Like this.
Okay, that's pretty close.
Khalil, look at this.
That's pretty amazing. Just replace the C with the K.
Oh, that's fine. I think that's fine.
That's very good. That's very good. I'm impressed.
You
I
get
mean,
this?
look at the perks of dating me. You make it on national television.
Yes, Khalil, if you're watching us right now. No, I'm kidding. That's for you.
Wow, that's really amazing.
So how did I know that?
I don't know.
When we think, we transmit.
Ah.
And you just need to be a very good receiver also. And if it works together, thoughts are like energy, like frequencies. And my job is to try to get those thoughts on the way.
But so then basically what you're saying is you don't know what we're thinking, you know how we think.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying all of us think the same way.
In a way, in a sense. So with you, we did the first boyfriend test. Maybe with somebody else, I'll try to guess a number.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
because with you, because you are a very intuitive person.
Oh, thank you.
And you are and because you're also very sensitive. I know that.
Okay,
so
thank
that's
you.
why I said with you we'll go with something sensitive, something from the heart, something that you used to love someone when you were 19 years old. Let's raise that thought into your, and because you're very sensitive, I will have a possible way to find out to do it. I will not ask you to think of a number from 1 to 100 because this is very, very analytic, and I went into your more sensitive side.
Rule number 4, find your drive.
Why do you keep doing this?
I love how people react to it. When I see people wondering, and here's an interesting thing that I don't think nobody talked about it. What is a sense of wonder? What is it? What do you think is a wonder?
What is
When
wonder?
someone is wondering,
They're curious.
But if you wish, so you left, you went like, oh my God. Some people will cry. Some people will go like this, and some people will just, And there's,
It's
we know.
emotion, yeah.
Exactly. Laughter, it's universal. This is laughter.
Right.
Sadness, it's the opposite. Angry, it's like this. Wonder is very individual. If you think of wonder, not everybody will go like this. Not everyone. Some people will go like this. Some people would be like shocked. Once I had a show and nobody clapped their hands at the end, and I felt sorry. I said, "No, you don't understand. They were too shocked."
Oh, wow.
So I had to reprogram the show to get to
Applause, yeah.
applause. So it's very interesting when you think about it. And when I see the audience wondering, becoming children again, that's amazing.
Wow.
And that's why I do what I do.
Rule number 5, believe in yourself.
Even today, I always say yes to impossible things that happens to me. And I know I can do it because I believe in myself. And this is something very important to you, and you need to believe in yourself also. You're not going to believe, if you think positive, you're not going to believe how amazing things will happen to you right now. If you start to believe in yourself, you will not only know how to deal with challenges and crises and find solutions to stuff, you will also, not only that you will find opportunities for good stuff, you will create the opportunities for yourself. Someone, I don't remember who said it, but someone once said something very cool. He said, if opportunity doesn't knock, just build the door.
Rule number 6, spread positivity.
What are the 3 things somebody would take away from your learning if they attend your workshops or read your books?
My teaching is not necessarily to get something and do as I do. The teaching is made by you to discover your abilities inside you.
Okay,
So we probably teach people there's techniques how to be positive, real techniques that I.
Okay, can you share with me some?
No, but a few. I'm kidding. But one of them is to give a compliment on a daily basis.
To whom?
To anyone you can think of. So because when we give, we transmit and we get it back from the universe, from the environment, from the energy.
Okay.
So when we're positive things will happen to us. And it's not a spiritual way, it's kind of like it's a psychological karma, you call it.
Wow, okay.
So give a compliment, surround yourself with positive people. Stay away from negativity. This is stuff that I really recommend, yes.
Rule number 7, help.
We have the Israeli government and Turkish government, for example. They're sometimes they're like friends, not like on and off, connected to the situation, Turkey and Israel. And sometimes it's a bad relationship, sometimes it's a good relationship. But there used to I think there was a few years ago, there was a big earthquake in Turkey, and we sent the first special units to help and save them, no matter what's the relationship between the politics.
Right.
Save them.
Save people, yeah.
Israel is always, by the way, in Thailand, when they had the kids,
boys.
Israel sends people to help. Always. And you put politics aside, then a few years ago, we had a big fire in Haifa in Israel, big, huge fire. And the Turks sent the super tankers to help us back. And it's kind of like, and it shows, and the next day, the prime ministers can say, hate you, and it shows something interesting. So the first thing I think when you're in a group of people, always be the first one to say, let me help.
How can I support you?
How can I support you?
Wow.
And I'm not talking about giving money to people. It's just help in a way. Then it will, most likely, will influence other people to help you.
Reciprocate. Yeah.
Exactly. Robert talks about the waiter who gives you the check with a few gums or smiley face or something. Piece of candy.
You want to give them a bigger tip.
Exactly.
Rule number 8, have relentless curiosity.
What is a mentalist? Read minds, influence people, know things, relentless curiosity. The reason why I have relentless curiosity is because that nobody teaches what I do. You cannot learn this in school, in university. There's no PhD in mind reading, although I think it would be amazing if it would be PhD in mind reading, but there's no. All I was doing, I learned by myself. I learned to do it, I learned to practice. I practice it more and more and more and more. And the stuff that I'm expert, I do it alone.
Rule number 9, build rapport.
The best way to connect to someone is, first of all, to create a rapport, to create a mirroring of the other person. As you can see, we're sitting in a mirror position next to each other. your elbow is on here, only your elbow. My elbow is here. Your other hand was not there, and mine is here. So we're kind of sitting, crossing legs, exactly the same. And you notice that when there was a mathematician called Richard Bandler, he discovered something amazing. He discovered that when people have a good vibe, yeah, good vibe or good talk or good, let's call it chemistry, they start to mirroring each other.
Oh, is that okay?
You can, in a very subtle way, you can see it in you can see a first date that works. You can see that he's leaning, she's leaning, he's drinking a cup, she's drinking a cup. It's kind of like, you kind of like you will see a lot of politicians use those techniques to do that. So he said, he asked himself if it happened naturally, if someone with a good connection starting to mirror each other, will it work the other way? So if I start to mirror someone, will it increase the chemistry? And the answer was yes.
So you're saying, so let me get this right. Let's say I meet you and I want to create a good vibe with you.
Let's talk with a common viewer right now. Let's say you're in a job interview. Let's say your first date. Let's say you want to ask a raise from your boss. Let's say anything. The first thing you need to do, you need to connect to the other person.
Okay.
Not in like a monkey way. If you do something, you do something. Something like that. But it has to be very, very subtle. So if the boss is asking you, so it goes like this. So why do you think you need the raise? So your answer should be, well, so you need to imitate what he just did in a very subtle, natural way. So if you will get to a position, it's not easy.
Okay.
If he takes a cup from his coffee and asks you a question, you will take a cup and answer your question.
Wow.
So it's small. No,
I hope you guys are listening. This is important.
it gets to a level where it's working on breaths and eye movements and breathing and nose and tiny movements that helps the whole thing.
Wow.
But in general, it's called rapport, mirroring, okay? You can Google it. It's a basic law of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. And the idea is, I think it's really amazing if these laws of attraction, if the good vibe happens and then people start to mirror each other, it will happen the other way around. And if you do it, it will increase, like a good energy between the two people.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is amaze others.
Let's do this. We are in a business channel, so I want you to close your eyes and think everyone has a PIN code number. So don't say it to me.
Okay.
And you have a PIN. You also think about a PIN code number.
Close my eyes.
Just Stuart, just a quick question. Did you ever tell anyone any information?
In here? No.
Yeah. Did you tell me anything?
Zero.
Can you look at me for a second? Can you just tell me the first digit of your secret PIN code?
7.
Like this.
Yes, that is correct.
That is correct. So it's interesting. I'm just going to go one more just to clarify.
Go on,
I swear you didn't tell me any information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's what's the second one? I think
1.
like this. Yes, it's like this.
Yes, it is.
So I'm not going to expose your PIN code, but when you said 1, Ashley, you were going like, oh my God, your PIN code ends with 1. I think.
That's right.
See, it's very strange.
That is right.
So I'm just going to go and ask you if this is the next number.
Yes, it is.
It is? Is there any possible way I could know this?
It's a trick of some sort.
I think this is your PIN code number. I'm not sure.
Yes, it is.
It is your PIN code number.
That is, yes.
It is. I'm not going to... Can I expose it? No, I'm not expose it. I'm not going to expose it. I'm not going to expose it.
Give it to me.
I'm not going to expose it.
You give me that right now.
Take this and hide it and do anything you want with it. He's still very skeptical.
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking of a 2-digit number right now.
I'll do something better than this.
I know. This is
No. Take this. I just came back from Vegas. Choose any number and cover it quickly. Just do. I'm not going to look.
Okay, I've got it.
I love it when they do it.
I've got it.
Do you know the number?
I most certainly do.
I think I'm not sure. I think you will go with 4. I think.
Damn. It's 4.
Yes, I know it's 4. It's pretty annoying.
Now I've got a really special bonus clip with Lior on how to be a great storyteller that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Time to move from just watching another video to actually taking action in your life or your business. And if you're feeling bold, leave these answers in the comments below. Here we go. Question number 1. What can you do that amazes others? Number 2. How can you spread some positivity today? And number 3. What will you do when you need to believe in yourself more?
how important is storytelling in mentalism? It's everything, huh?
That's everything. That's everything.
How did you learn how to tell better stories?
I didn't. You know, I just, you know, it's. I'll tell you a little story. I think it was like 10 years ago. I did a show, and the guy came to me and told me, I have a show for a company for a Swatch group in Switzerland, the Swatch brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I have all the retailers. Do you think it's amazing? You think you can do something connected to the watch? And then I was like, it's like, ding, I have an idea. And then started infotainment.
Infotainment, yeah.
Infotainment, which is creating this stuff. I said, okay, so I know how to guess things for dice. What if it wasn't a dice? What if it was different messages of a company? And you look at something and say, oh, you're looking at how important is the connection with the workers. And then I find myself talking about the messages, conveying the messages, but in a way that people remembers it.
Right.
So for Swatch, I took 10 people on stage. I told them to, one of the acts, hold your hand above your watch, count to 3, and I actually stopped all their watches. Stopped completely from working.
You didn't touch the watches.
I told them that I was going like this to them, the watches stopped.
But you didn't touch the watches.
The audience goes wild, never touch the watch. The audience goes wild.
Wow.
One lady from those 10 people said, my watch is still working. And I started to act like, no way, what's
Nervous,
going on, what's
yeah.
going on, what's going on? No, it didn't stop. And I was, let me see. And I was going like, oh, you have the Swatch. And that was like a moment, because, and then I said, what do you have? And I talked about all the other brands
Wow.
that I could stop, but I could not stop the Swatch.
That's powerful.
And the message was, I can't do it.
That's brilliant.
And it was a metaphor. Of course, by the way, I could stop any of the watches. I just made it look like I acted as I did.
Right.
And I saw the owner of Mr. Hayek is the owner of, he passed away, but back then he was like, because you had 700 people who sell his watches, and now we wanted to say, how good is the watch?
Wow.
If you like this video, check out the David Blaine Top 10 Rules one I did. I think you really enjoy it. The link is right there next to me. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
I started when I was about 5 years old, and I carried cards everywhere that I went, and I didn't really know what to do with them.